Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Monday to you. Quick look here again at KAS, but double checking a few things here. Got a lot of requests for this, so we'll go ahead and double check that and a few other key factors. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something here today. If you do want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tech is a site linked down below. And just ask you go ahead and hit the like button, comment below, you get a chance, and love to hear your thoughts on KAS. So what we're looking at here, first of all, we want to look at liquidation. No surprise, all this upper level liquidation has been swept. So really, at this point, the whales have less incentive to continue to push the price action higher because everything's been pretty much destroyed here. So anyone who shorted this coin last 2 to 3 trading days is probably in a world of hurt. Not really the coin to want to short, honestly. It's always been a very strong and volatile coin, typically at 2 to 3x's Bitcoin to the upside and runs fairly concurrent to the downside. So I've always recommended my community doesn't short this coin. So the best way to describe it here is liquidation. There's more liquidation on the downside than the upside, which does imply the price could pull back to possibly this 10-cent range or lower. I think the likelihood of that is extremely low, considering the price would have to come all the way down here. But if Bitcoin has some kind of aggressive candle wick, we could see something similar. I mean, this is what happened when Bitcoin sold off last time. There's another example of when it sold off. It can happen, right? So again, to catch that one short, that magical short, not really worth all the liquidation to get there. Okay, so folks, please, low leverage, low position size. I can assure you, you're going to love that over time. Majority of my community members who develop that that habit do very well. Most of my graduates are self-sustaining as full-time traders now because of it. And again, a lot of reasons why. It's just it lowers your risk, and liquidation is pretty much non-existent if you do it correctly. So, all right, anyways, that's kind of like where we're at there for the moment. Let's take a quick look here at KAS and to kind of see what's the deal here for the daily time frame. So moving averages are all below the price action. That's generally favorable. We have this ascending trend line, more recent. The previous one here, I'm going to go ahead and remove that because that's less relevant now, but we broke below that, so we had to pay attention to make sure that it wasn't going to continue any lower. Since we held above all moving averages, I had mentioned that it's not a problem. And it's good to kind of just pay attention, right? So again, these trend lines are nice because they give us an indication of where the moving averages are at. Because let's say, for example, this 20-day SMA, it's probably going to align itself with that trend line. So that's why the trend lines are important. They give us a visual representation of supports and resistances. While they're not perfect, they help us, okay? So that's where we're at there for that. In case you're curious, we're also looking here as well at the RSI. We've broken through 70 in the RSI. Strong chance we see the price continue to run from here. Now, there's other things we want to look at, but generally speaking, being over 70 in the RSI, if we close above that, that's going to likely be a favorable sign. In most cases, when coins go above that range, it doesn't look back and it continues to go until it doesn't. Usually it lasts a good week or two for the trend. Okay, so hypothetically, we are at the beginning of a very strong continuation for this coin. Stochastic RSI is continuing further up as well. MACD's converging, never got that MACD-FU. We got higher volume here today than previous. Of course, this is last couple of days, this is a weekend here, but generally speaking, we see more volume back above that moving average. It's a very positive sign. Okay, so the daily time frame really looks pretty awesome. Does that mean we just take a long with no regard? Definitely not, but that definitely helps us understand that the likelihood of further upside is greater. Now, me personally, I'm more of a buy the dip person in situations like this. So the price does pull back and test this more recent resistance turn support. That's an ideal entry, right? I would much rather see the price come and do one of these, get in here before it takes off again, rather than FOMO in right here and it doesn't continue any further, right? It could very well, and it probably should. Based on the daily time frame, we're still due to continue much further. But I just want to be, kind of help you be mindful there. We're over 70 on the RSI too, but this being plus 80 on the RSI, there's a strong chance that it's going to have to calm down and retrace a little bit, okay? It's just kind of the natural progression of things. However, we've got money flow index very high, implying that we got a lot of money flowing in this coin the last 14 candles. We can also see that reflected as well with stochastic swinging up and MACD still converging. So again, folks, pay attention to volume. This much volume flowing into the coin implies it's going to continue further up because the bears are nowhere to be seen. Do you know why? Because they just got destroyed. They have no more selling pressure, at least for the moment, okay? That's exactly where the shift in momentum has occurred. So again, daily and the 4-hour time frame both look super awesome. And if we take a look at the hourly, of course, we're going to confirm that. Let's see where our point of control is here for our TPS report or TPO report. We can see we got a strong amount of volume at about 15 cents. Sorry, actually more like 14.8, okay? So the price does end up pulling back. This should be an area of support based on the most recent volume last 24 hours. Yeah, right there at about 14.9, round number 15 cents even, okay? So hypothetically, the price pulls back to that level. We see a pivot. What do you know? That 15-cent mark has the most recent resistance there. Okay, so likely to see this as a new support if the price pulls back. So we may not see the price come down as low as 14.5 or 14.6. The next pivot is a strong likelihood of right around 15.05. Okay, so right there, that's roughly where we're at. So again, what do you know? That's one of those ascending type of trends that we saw break out. Okay, so just something to kind of pay attention to. An area of control. Again, volume speaks very loud if you're listening, and if you take a look down below, tremendous amount of volume now at this point. All buying pressure. There's no selling pressure at all. Okay, so the price is probably going to continue to run. Me personally, though, I'm going to set an alert for this range here, right around 15 cents, to just kind of get notified. If it pulls back to that level, I may consider jumping into a long position, but I want to confirm other factors are present at that time. I never set alerts and just arbitrarily jump in without reaffirming the trade is still valid. Okay, so please recognize that. That's all we got here, though, folks. Actually, no, there's more. This is very important. I hope you can pay attention to this. Bitunix, phenomenal exchange. We use them. If you've used my link to register before, you're good to go. You are eligible for this. They have a nice little deposit bonus going on right now. Very simple and straightforward. You just deposit funds and you get futures bonus. Okay. If you want to use my link to register, you get the option, of course, to have that as well as a new user, but there's no limits up to 125x leverage. I would never recommend that, but you could have some fun free money here kind of to play with. Anyways, all that information is down below. Check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Join us on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all sorts of good stuff here, folks. Okay, it's all there for you. I hope you learned something more. Comment below if you get a chance and like the video. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.